that was flying at him. If you find yourself in that situation again, take a step out so that you don't get ran over. Good move. Missed the shot though. Good pass. Same thing right there, Chance. When you're the center official down here and you've got a play right in front of you, if you're standing on the court, you're taking away real estate from that offensive team. So just go ahead and take a step out, especially when the ball's that close to you, so that you're not affecting where that dribbler can go. Let's go back and take a look at those last two plays that just happened. We had a similar, not identical situation down here on this end where we didn't get a whistle. Then we had a similar, again, not identical situation happen down here on this opposite end, and we put a player control foul on him. So at this point, somebody probably needs to talk to Red 5 because that's twice now in a row that he's kind of displayed his frustrations. So this would be a perfect opportunity right now for Chase to step beside Red 5 and just try to talk him down off that ledge. We're right there on that possession chase. You were literally within 3 inches of the player with the ball. Take a step back so that the players can have the space on the court to move. I'd love to take a look at that and see the contact on that play. So the pros of that, we just talked about that yesterday, where we've got to drive to the basket with a secondary defender. Let's let lead come in and get that, and we did just that. A couple things that I noticed, I probably wouldn't have called a player control because it didn't seem like he had control of the ball. I would have called a team foul on that one. Also, by the book, again, unless we've pre-gamed this and talked about, see what we're saying? Like you're in that passing lane right now as your center official. By the book, if we're going to come out and call that offensive charge or offensive team foul going opposite, by the book we're going to long switch that. But again, if we pregame that we hate long switches, if I was pregaming with you, I would tell you we're never going to long switch. But again, when in Rome, do as the Romans. If we're going to come across the lane, let's try to come get something a little bit more egregious than that. For the past 2 possessions, that coach has been arguing about our 6-foot closely guarded count. If he's going to jump up like that after we call it, let's at least stay there for a second and talk to him, as opposed to turning around, walking down court, pointing to tell him to sit back down. All that's going to do is just enrage him. As you can tell, he's still standing up in displeasure. Granted, he hadn't said anything, but if we at least talk to him after we make that call, the clock's not going to be running at that point because we're under a minute. We could hopefully bring him back down to earth. Our clock's running. I don't know if we caught that, but the clock ran a little bit. On that last play, Chase, as a center official, that should have been your count up here as opposed to trail, because if we go back and look at where that play happened, tell this coach to go sit down. Okay, anyways, that play that happened with that closely guarded count happened pretty much right here on the volleyball line in the center's primary. We also missed a foul. Red 9 grabbed a hold of the guy's jersey twice, and we didn't get that. He was trying to foul, and I think the reason we missed that was because we were so far away as trail and not on top of that play in our primary as C.